So, if my year has had any kind of theme to it, it has been downsizing. I've downsized my camera lineup, downsized where we lived recently. Just a lot of things are being pulled back. Some of it's just for financial prudence. Some of it is just because over the years you realize you've accumulated just a glut of stuff and you want to eject yourself from it or eject it from you. Doesn't always go as smoothly as you want it to. And that downsizing is why at this moment I have no digital cameras outside of my Pocket 3, which I'm recording on now. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. So a few months ago, I decided that I wanted to basically cull my camera collection. I didn't have a ton of cameras compared to a lot of folks on YouTube and social media in general, but I had more than I needed, and I think I had more than served me functionally. This year I started off with the ZV-1F. I had the Leica Deluxe, the original. I had the Fuji GFX 50S, if I remember correctly. I had my Sony a7 IV, and I think there was a couple other in there that I'm not recalling at the moment. I gave my son my Fuji X-T2, so I started off the year with that one as well. So just overall, more cameras than I think were doing me kind of service. And I think the goal, even if I didn't know at the time, was to see if I can get down to one body that could just handle everything. And then the FX-T comes out, and it's a video-centric camera that shoots photos as well as my a7 IV. And I actually made a video about the FX2 when it was first announced, and I said this.
Now, am I gonna buy an FX2? Probably not.
So the plan for this video was for me to pop up with my FX2, explain why I changed my mind, and yada, yada, yada. Things didn't go as planned. Not even close. So this portion of the story is going to require a bit of a disclaimer. I've shopped at Adorama for years. I've never had an issue at Adorama. I think I've been treated fairly. The folks that work there have done right by me, the whole thing. Anything that goes wrong with the story I'm about to tell you is because I'm an idiot. So, idiot move number one. I decided last month that it was time for me to trade in my a7 IV and FX30 for the FX2. Silly because, as I explained to you, we just moved, which meant having to pay rent, new security deposits, movers, rubbish removal, all the things that go into moving into a new place. There was a lot of money going out. So making a big purchase at that moment, not the brightest idea. However, idiot move number one was fueled by idiot move number two. I went online to the Adorama website and graded my gear. I graded the a7 IV as good, even though I've had that for 5 years and pretty much dragged it through the mud. And my FX30 as mint, even though I cracked the box and used it. That's not how mint works. So I had a certain number in my head that I was going to get back for my gear when I went to Adorama, which leads to bonehead move number 3. I get to Adorama and hand them my gear, but I'm so fixated on the number I got online that I'm not really paying attention to what the technician is telling me I'm getting for my gear. So they give me the number, I say, sure, great. They hand me the receipt for the store credit, they take the gear, they bring up the FX2, and I go to the register, and I realize I'm a lot farther away from purchasing the FX2 than I thought I was. I needed to come up with more cash than I had expected, which wasn't going to happen because, like I said, we're moving. So I say to the cashier, I screwed up. Can we reverse this transaction? Can I give you the store credit back? You give me the gear back, we call it even. That's not how this works. Once you finalize your transaction in terms of giving your gear back, that's done. It's no longer yours. The store credit is yours. Go with God. To their credit, the folks at Adorama tried their best to figure out a way to resolve the situation to the point where I got uncomfortable that they were doing a little too much. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna take the store credit. They even threw an extra $100 on top of the store credit just as a, hey, sorry this happened to you, whatever else. They did me really well. But the long and short of it is, at this point, I have no cameras outside of the Pocket 3. Except for my film camera,
which I'm immediately seeing is really inconvenient based on where I live now, because I don't live next to a film developer or anything like that. And I'm probably gonna have to work on developing my own film and scanning my own film, which becomes a whole other thing, which, sweet Jesus. But yeah, the long and the short of it is, I'm a bonehead, and I'm not sure when I'm gonna be able to get the new camera. Hopefully at the beginning of the year. But for now, I'm a photographer with no camera. Don't be like me, kids. Make better decisions. So if there's a moral to the story, and I like to think that there is, just for my own sake, it's that downgrading and downsizing is not as simple as just getting rid of stuff. There's a lot of planning, and it's a process. This move alone has proved that to me. Moving from a 4-bedroom, 2-bath to a 2-bedroom, 1-bath has meant that we've had to get rid of a lot of stuff. And in the process, we got rid of a lot of stuff that we actually needed and kept some stuff that we should have gotten rid of. It's cost us a lot of money on the front end to save a lot of money on the back end. And I think with my camera situation, a lot of it is the same as well. Any downsizing or transitions you're gonna do are gonna require some planning, and it's gonna require some thought, and impulse is the first thing that has to go. Everything I did that resulted in me not having a camera was a result of impulse and poor planning. Getting rid of shit is not easy, even when you want it to be. Yeah, so hopefully y'all don't make the same mistake. I'm gonna go inside because it's chilly and I got a lot of unpacking still to do. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.